we need to find 2 bales out of, I don't know, half of 30 acres is 10 or so. I don't know. But we just need to find 2 bales. Because the third cutting didn't do any good. Because we didn't get no rain. And if you don't get no rain, well, stuff ain't gonna grow. That's just the long and the short of it. You need rain to make grain. And I don't care what you're trying to do. 100% of the world relies on grain for people to eat. I think some of the I think some things are, I think some grain is used in like making clothes, if I'm thinking correctly. I do not know if some grain goes into, I know some grain for a fact goes into like making pastries and weird stuff like that for baking. I don't know if any grain goes into like vegetable, yeah, soybean oil from soybeans. I do know that. Corn, you have corn syrup, so that's that. And I might be doing this wrong because I can't, well, let's see if I can do this one-handed here. Little tiny doinky bale. Nope, I'm gonna end up blowing that thing apart. So what I'm gonna have to end up doing is quite simple. I'm gonna have to let the bigger bale down on the back end, so that way I can pick it with the loader and go for that little one there with the bale spear, because I can see when I'm doing the little bale backing up to it, getting a hold of it just like such. But the corn is sick looking. It is, and it just, it's not going to come out of the state that it's in, because A, we need rain desperately, and I don't even think if we got the rain that we should have by now, that it'll come out of the state that it's in. Put that in D range for traveling down the road. And we're gonna haul the mail. Respectfully though. For those of you that don't understand what that means we're gonna get with it. So we got the bales put over there. It's a pallet kind of bale spear. It cradles the bales instead of stabbing them like them two bale spears. This thing's a little more cumbersome to unhook, but we'll get it. And there you have it. Comes off relatively easy. It's got some weight to it, but that's just how the thing's designed. So let's get back on seeing what the day shall bring forth. Then to unlock the attachment that you have on the front end, you just simply pull this locking mechanism here. A tractor put in a building. This is our 120 horsepower tractor, utility tractor. It's good common practice to set the loader attachment to the ground, so that way there's no risk of a child getting smashed underneath the loader, fooling around or something like that. It's just good common practice. This is our spraying tractor, manure hauling tractor, and do everything tractor. Mows hay, teds hay, rakes hay. It does it all. 95 horsepower tractor. It's a little smaller than that one, but it gets the job done. They're both front wheel assist, the bigger tires, meaning a tractor is four-wheel drive. Those of you that have four-wheel drive vehicles, well, same principle applies. Lime truck we use to spread the lime with out in the field. John Deere 7800 running about 155, 60 horse or so. This is also one of our haymaking tractors, corn planting tractors, and just do everything tractor. Little Heston runs a grain auger fall time, moves around bales as well. Ford backhoe sitting in there, manure spreader, John Deere 8300. I think that has 5,880 hours or so. And the John Deere 7810 back behind there, we're hooked up to the grain cart for fall harvest. It's the same exact thing as that 7800. When you get into the 10 series and the John Deeres, there's a couple of minor differences, but same cab, same everything. They just turned the fuel pump up a little bit more, get 175 horse out of it. And it's been a good tractor for us. Little tiny doinky 15-foot grain drill. It don't match our 30-foot grain head, but it matches the wheat head 15 foot. Or no, 20 foot. I take that back. 20 foot. Because that's the smallest you can put on a 2388 case combine is 20 foot. 1963 John Deere 3010. That's running around 60 or so horsepower. 1968 John Deere 4020. That's 90 horse. And then I think that is a 2000 or a 1990. Oh, let me think. 1998, I want to say. 2388 Case IH combine. It's got the 8.3 Cummins in it, and the 30-foot grain head that goes with for cutting soybeans. You guys will see coming up for those new subscribers of mine. And we got some straw wagons to unload. It's easier unloading off the wagons. Gonna be making some changes here shortly, but we need not spoil a surprise. So, you guys have known the 3010 has been giving me a cantankerous mucho amount of issues that I just cannot seem to shake loose. So we're gonna try and hold off till winter time, but we might be getting it in the shops rather sooner than later, ripping the brains out of this thing and putting some new brains in it. So if you guys don't know what I'm referring to them two batteries, one on each side, because this one over here I think has some brain cancer going on. I think, yeah, that stuff there I think it's got maybe some brain cancer going on or something. It looks a little odd here compared to this over here, and looks a little more clean over here. So we'll let that charge for a little bit, and we will be back in a whirl. Figured I would try parking the buggy over here because I like letting the window down, okay? Now, I was been doing my Bible reading, and it says in the book of Exodus there was a multitude of flies. Well, you put the buggy over there, and there is a great multitude of flies that enter that cab that I cannot contend to. Ugh. So I figured I would just move the buggy over there, and we'll try and see how it pans out. But we need to get to making paint great again. Might as well start with an area so you guys can see the difference in this this Lucas Speed Wax that I'm using. I've been a big fan of this stuff for many years, and I will continue to be a big supporter, a big user of it. So I don't know if you guys can tell the difference. This here compared to that over there. I can tell a big difference in the paint. So we'll bring you back once we get this thing all waxed up. Battery tender's off. Please start. I hope you'll start. Need this John Deere 4020, putting it on the disc line. This one always starts. It's never given us a bit of trouble. Little cold. that time of year again to start letting them sit and warm up for a little bit. Time to get the combine out. I got a blower. Jason's got a blower. And we're going to blow this thing out. So, we can keep going with everything that needs to be done. I do know that the cab was all full of mice and everything. But it's okay. Surprised the thing fired right up, but it normally does. And the combine is mobile. That's always a good thing. There is a huge size comparison between the two blowers. I'll let Jason run this one, and I'll run the smaller one. We'll get done a little bit faster. I'm not saying that that one has as much airflow as this one, but every little bit helps. We need to open up the side shields. That way we can blow the thing out. Let's see what we got going here. I don't think that's going to work. We got to do one at a time. That's not going to work. No, or Stroll's back in behind him. Yeah, or just let it go, you think? Oh, maybe now it's far. Look back up again. That's the leak. Oh. Hey, I'm gonna need you to get up on that feeder house. You got the bigger blower. We should have blown this thing off when we're done with wheat. Now it's all stuck on it. I'll get up there in a little bit. Okay. So Jason's just tidying up with the blower a little bit more. Ugh. Yuck. Well, so we got this John Deere in the shop. We're going to start with batteries because that is the easiest thing to start with. We did the 12-volt conversionless tractor about no more than 2 or 3 years ago. And I think it's been like 5 years since we've done batteries in that 4020, and it's got the same 12-volt conversion. Why we have to screw around with batteries, I don't know. I've seen guys do away with the side console battery tray and build their own out here. They take this toolbox, they move it elsewheres, and they just put a big marine truck battery here and be done with it. Well, that is not factory. We like to keep things factory. And got your wires running out here from the starter. One side goes here. You can see the wires right there that go to the starter. One set runs there. The other set runs underneath the floor. This steel pan here. There's some bolts. You take the pan up. And then it runs across on the bottom of the floor. I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see that there, but it runs underneath the floor to this side over here. Now, I do not know, why John Deere didn't put some kind of a tray out here. Instead, they had to monkey around with that underneath there because it makes getting the batteries out a little bit tricky. I mean, it is what it is, and it's how John Deere designed it. So we're going to start with batteries, and we're going to go from there. Hopefully that fixes our problem for a little while. So they got the combine all blowed off. We're going to take it up and run a grease gun around it. And we're going to start setting it up for soybeans, hopefully. So I'm just basically going around getting the grease fittings that I can visually see on the ground, like that one there. And this steering back here. I don't grease this machine enough to know where everything is, but I do know where the ones here are on the steering I guess I could have done a little bit better job at blowing this out, but there's one right there, and ouch, there's actually a couple back here. It's just like a farm tractor, basically the same principle. Steering components you grease on a farm tractor, there are the same on the combine. Let's see. Don't remember there being any back here. Oh wait, yep, this one right here. Right there. Well, we've greased that one there. It's the same on that side over there. There, that's been well greased. Well greased. Well, my idea of moving the machine didn't work. There's still flies in this thing. But they're not as bad as if it was sitting over there. You gotta have it up to 1400 to start it. Oiling the chains. That way they can be well lubricated. Feeder house is activated. Jason down there oiling the chain. Shut that off. We're just gonna listen to the thing run for a little bit. I think you gotta stay in the seat anyhow. It's got a safety in it, I think. Just a little bit of schnutz in the tank, yeah. Listen to that thing purr, would ya? Sweet, sweet sound right there. Never gets old listening to it Cummins. Disc bind has been all waxed, and yeah, it don't look it, but it got a nice little helping of dust on the way over here. Oh well. I mean, I worked so hard at waxing it only to be covered in dust on the way over here. That's what happens when it don't rain for a month or more. Makes dust and you can't do nothing about it no matter how slow you drive. I think you should ride. Right? Right. Well, the oh, I guess you would call it like a case or something. It tried to move a little bit on me, but yeah. I don't know, just really nowhere to put it. Gosh darn thing slid again. Grr. I don't know. I can get this thing over. Well, I don't know. Kimbo showed up. Machine is in the way. Dang, I was hoping you were gonna miss that gator, and you sure did. Good job, bud. I was trying to figure how much Jared put in these combine tires. Valve stem right there. Ouch. But then you come back here. Ouch. And there's a valve stem right there. So, okay, that's a little strange. 40s in the rears and 20s in the front. This plug back here, I'm guessing, is a fake plug. So, both rear end tires get 40. Front ones get 20. These were at 15 when I started, so we must have a leak somewhere. Well, there's what we're going to be getting into tomorrow. Running the off-road truck. So that way we can move some brush. Don't exactly know where we're going to be moving brush, but that is what we're going to be doing. See you guys tomorrow.